At least drop them below 50, right? You have to at least do that. And bam. Oh my god, that did a lot. What the? Hello, internet. The first character I've ever pulled for in terms of limited ones, we got Seele. She's got the Ahigo here. And she also got a buff, which I've already been preaching for a Seele buff for a while. She does need one for sure. Now, I will scroll through pretty quickly, but I would say, though, I think she is good, of course. Better than before, but nothing too broken, especially compared to someone like Well, right? Well's buff is out of the world. But I'll mention some of the important ones. First of all, a very direct numerical increase in multiplier. 720% now on the ultimate. Before, it was like almost half that. And now the skill, after an ally target attacks, if the current HP on the enemy is 50% or below, Seele will automatically use her skill without a skill point. But it also doesn't regen energy though, and it can only happen once per Seele turn, which I do think maybe twice per Seele turn would be nice. But of course, you do more damage now, and you have more speed buff as well in terms of duration. The amplification state also got an extension of duration, and well, the technique, no one cares. And then here we have the bonus ability. When you defeat an enemy, increases where it's damaged up by 50%. So it's kind of clear. Seele's entire shtick is to kill a mob first. They are really trying to make Seele do that for sure. You can't just use her like an archer where you just ball on the boss. And in terms of the Eidolon, the E1 now gets defense ignore, which is pretty good. And then the E6 got true damage somehow, which is just gonna do more damage for you. But I don't think a lot of people has E6 Seele. I do think a lot of people at least have E1 though, which is what we'll mainly try. Like if E6 is good, I'm not gonna tell you, yo guys, go get E6 Seele, right? It's not exactly the cheapest to get there, but I'll see. Maybe it's gonna be another video. And today's victim is gonna be this guy. Across all the boss, only one of them has quantum weakness, which is this guy, and that's the only one that can activate, you know, Seele's set, obviously. I just realized I'm not showing you the stat, but these here are from the Creative Experience server. So for Seele's stats, it's a really standard Seele build. Now in terms of speed, you have the base speed build, we are focused full on damage, but I'm trying to use her with Sunday and Ceredra. So we're giving Seele like 137 speed, which is above the first breakpoint. Ceredra's skill actually provides Seele with 20 speed here, and of course Seele's skill itself gets her 25% speed, so she'll be above 162, which we have 161 Sunday, all pushing for Seele. And if you're asking why this team specifically, I actually just didn't know what the theoretical best Seele team is anymore, but hey, the game is telling me it's something like this, so who am I to question the game? Just real quick before we actually go in. Listen, pulling for characters can be a train wreck like this one, which is why I'd like to introduce a website named Aniba. Aniba offers top-up services that I personally use in order to get the best top-up deals at a discount for the same top-ups that I already planned to purchase. You know I only use the trusted sources, which is perfect since Aniba complies with Hoyoverse's top-up service guidelines, and that's the biggest doubt removed. So to get the new version for incredible looking characters here with Aniba, click my link in the description, purchase the bundle you'd like, which actually has the best price that you can find. Enter yours or maybe even a friend's server and user ID, complete the purchase, and voila, your resources are in game, no fussy login required, zero hassle involved. You can even get exclusive cashback for your purchases that you can claim in your Aniba wallet for your next purchase, so it's just more money saved. If you're already planning on spending anyway, Aniba is honestly a good deal, and why not give it a look-see? And this actually helps you very much to afford food on the table, and I appreciate your support. Now then, back to the video. To start us off, we're gonna show the technique. As you can tell, it kind of doesn't matter what the technique does, it just guarantees crit now, I suppose. Now I got Ceredra. The idea with this team is I'm gonna get you the speed buff on Seele, right? So Seele is now about 150 something speed, which is pretty fire already. And then we're gonna have Sunday push Seele up first. This is kind of a waste. I would rather Seele take a turn first, but for the first turn, it's going to be a waste. Not that big of a deal though. We're gonna get Seele the energy and all the buffs needed, and now Seele will be doing her skill. Based on the way the game wants us to use Seele, I think we're trying to kill the mobs first, so I guess that's what we'll be doing. So we're gonna use a skill. Let's see this first skill. It should probably, I hope, get to half HP of the mob, but I doubt it. That's one of the problems, right? She just doesn't have enough damage, dude. Bam, and yep. It's higher than before for sure. It got an increase, but at least not enough for the first use to just like get a mob to half health. But hey, the ult will most certainly do, and this will actually trigger her buffed ability, which triggers my skill usage twice. Seele's buff allows her to attack with a skill again with no SP cost, no energy regen when an enemy is below 50% HP and you like attack it, right? And then we also triggered the Peerage effect from Ceredra. So what we did there was like triple skill usage, and now we get an extra turn because we killed another mob, right? And that's how Seele is actually able to deal with some sort of AoE situations kind of well. And now I have 2 stacks of Nightshade, which after the buff now gets you 50% damage dealt increase per enemy defeated. So with that effect, I'm trying to hopefully just one-shot you, and as you can tell, it's not enough still, but this one should most likely be enough, right? right? There we go. We got him. So now I have the most. All of it, right? We got all the buffs possible. We got an abs. We got Nightshade that has 2 stacks. What the crud? I thought you could get to 3 stacks. What? Does it not say 3 stacks right here? We will continue to play the game. I don't know. We'll find out later, maybe. Maybe I just didn't kill 3. Maybe I only killed 2. But yeah, in terms of ult damage though, right? I just did that. It didn't do that much, but obviously you still have your Fury Praetor thing. We'll get rid of it as quick as we can, but I would say I'm not sure if I should have just went for the elite. Maybe I just should have. But in terms of like logic, right? It seemed clear to me the devs wanted Seele to be able to like kill a mob and then work on the bosses. So that's what I'm doing. I'm playing based on that, and I think it's working so far. I mean, she's buffed up. We're gonna get some damage in again. You do have your like protection, a lot of it, 5 out of 6 right now. But yeah, right now Seele is really fast though. We got Cerebral speed boost. We got her own skills speed boost. She's now 186 speed. That's above Sunday, meaning Sunday can give her another turn every time, right? Okay, here I gotta figure out what to do here. I'm gonna use a skill first and then use my ultimate on gosh darn Seele. We're gonna use it right now and then Q in Sunday's ultimate. I should be able to get the most energy regen for Seele that way. Get that in, and now I'm hoping for someone to attack the boss right here. I mean the elite right here. He's like dead on 50% HP. If Ho-Ho can get him below 50, will trigger Seele's extra hit, which didn't happen, didn't it? Oh my gosh. All right, this was for sure, but I kind of need to like get the VC buff up again. I mean the speed buff. As you can tell, still kind of clunky, right? Let's get the ult in, and we're gonna trigger the skill because he dropped below 50. We triggered it again because of Peerage buff. We got another turn because we killed the elite. So there's a lot of things that happen. So we're gonna use our skills here right into our ultimate. Let's check this damage output out. How much are we doing here? Bam, 400k. The guy does not have any protection, which Seele did 400k. Not bad, right? And yet we do have Nightshade on full blast here, 150%. So we have everything. Every buff, I think, is pretty much on her now. So the skill damage after the buff is looking like 200k per usage. I dropped him below 50. I triggered it again. I'm gonna give you another turn. Seele is taking another turn again. So we're gonna use it again. Getting my Peerage buff. Triggering it again. We're oh my god. I didn't know how the hell. Oh, it's because I dropped him below 50. So I triggered my extra skill from the buff and then triggered Peerage for another skill usage. That's triple skill Seele right there. I guess that's her kind of mini burst, right? She's gonna have like triple use case in terms of bursting. She's gonna have like triple skills when she decides to burst. Now we're gonna fight the boss though. This guy has a lot of damage reduction still. We're gonna try and hit him 7 times to get rid of it though. Here comes the ultimate. You do have damage reduction though. Keep that in mind. Still, 400k is not bad. We're gonna get the energy now, and yeah, we do see Seele as one big issue still. She's still a costly character in terms of skill points for sure. Do we have the speed buff? That is really important that I keep it up. I don't have the speed. Oh, do I still have it? No, I lost it. I'm 166 speed now. So Cerebral speed buff's off. Usually I would use my skill now, but I'm on a skill point, so I had to do this. Cerebral does have her own light cone, so I do get a skill point from this. That's why this team actually is valid. We do have quite a lot of skill point regen, and Seele, even after the buff, is definitely still expensive for skill point to use, especially if you build her fast. But if you build her too slow though, I do think, you know, it's hard to get the reset of that buffed effect. It does reset only when Seele takes a turn. You want to get that reset as much as you can, in my opinion. But yeah, maybe building her slower might have been better. I'm not exactly sure. And gosh darn it, I needed to attack him one more time and then I would get rid of the war armor. Guess I can't though. All right, so this again is where we should try and beat all the swords first. This is where I think Seele is designed to be at least decent at. Before the buff, this is when Seele is just unusable now. At least in my mind, this is how it should work, right? We're gonna go with Seele. This will be a triple skill spam from Seele. We're gonna use it one time. That will trigger the Peerage buff and my buffed effect of hitting someone below 50% HP, yes? With another skill, that is. So now I got another turn by killing that one mob, and we're gonna continue to try and wipe the rest of them. We're gonna go for Sunday's one here, and damage-wise, 278 is just not enough yet, and I'm out of skill points. Oh, darn it. I didn't pay attention. Yeah, that's not good at all, huh? And we are almost dying, so that's horrible. Everything's so close. I do have an ult here, though, so with a buffed ult, I should do more damage, which, hey, that is not enough to kill. Are you serious? I don't even want to blame Seele for that one. That's just like, holy crap, you have a lot of HP. So we're only in the second cycle here. We'll touch you because it doesn't matter. We'll try and break your war armor and everything like that. So now we still have 2 swords to go. I gotta go for this. I'm dropping it below 50, so I'll trigger it again. I kill a mob, so I got another turn. Now I want to find this out. Do I still get to trigger the extra skill if I drop someone below 50 with this extra turn that I get? I don't think so, right? Do I? Bam. Yeah, I do not. I do get a Peerage buff though. I'll push you up here again, and this is where I will be able to kill you for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Get my ult here. The boss is definitely near death here. Look at the amount of Seele actions there. Gosh dang. I think we're able to kill a boss here. Ideally. Bam. 16 to... Oh my god, that's not enough. But yeah, we have a lot more turns now. I do see the vision here with Seele. She does get a lot more turns, even when fighting like, you know, cases where she wouldn't be good before. You know, at the very least though, she can clear the mob by herself and then work on the boss. It's still slow because the top tier teams, they just ruin the whole map by themselves. Like, you know, think about silverwolf. But that's how a hunt path character works, I suppose, in terms of like the older ones. We're not able to kill him. I have to use my skill on you, I think. I don't want to, but hey, at least I've got this to regen a skill point. Hopefully this just kills. There's no way, right? Yep. So we have to do this. I'm hoping this kills. Please just kill, dude. 1% surely, right? Yep, there we go. So now we're finally on the second phase. This is taking long for sure, but I mean, yeah, oh my god, I might die. Oh, I actually died. Well, we do have to pay to win. Do I actually just die? I don't think you attack me anymore, right? Please, no. Oh my god. We are fine, baby. That was not close at all. I realized I said pay to win, but I mean, everyone has a cash risk. Who doesn't have a cash risk? All right, now we get to, oh, please kill them. At least drop them below 50, right? You have to at least do that. And bam. Oh my god, that did a lot. What the? All right, we'll do this now. That did not do as much as I thought. Wait, how did my ult do that much there? What the flip? This should kill you, or at least trigger my extra skill from the buff effect. There we go. And I'm out of skill points. Ah, dude, she's still really expensive to use. I will touch somebody. Thankfully though, with Fofo, that's post buff as well. We don't need to spend skill point with Fofo. She'll always be up at the very least, like her healing, right? So now we get the ultimate. We can probably kill this. I hope not enough. I'll go with the ult, get the period 12, get another SP here. I'm definitely killing you. Bam, got him. And then we're gonna work on this guy now. We got 4 skill usage like almost instantly. We're gonna use our skill again. Bam, and that'll be the end of that. Now I gotta work on the boss. Is this the fastest way possible? Hell no. All right, let's check this ult damage here. Bam. Dude, it's not enough, man. Really not enough. But we're still going though with a lot more skills. She's not just like a one-hit wonder, right? She's like a multi-hit. Not quite so wonder, but it's still there. Get the skill in there. 240k. It's all right. All right, come on, finish the job for me. You got period buff as well. Trigger it right there. You get the ult here, and then with that final trigger, there we go. We got him. That took 4 cycles, and that was with like E1 Seele. That's after a buff. Now a few points to say, right? I mean, obviously, Seele is a way older character, right? I don't expect her to like just overtake the meta right now, but I would say it lacked a bit more to be desired for the Eidolons. It did solve her like issues though, with at least dealing with multi-target scenarios. She kind of just doesn't have enough damage to one-shot the mobs, right? So what the devs decided to give her is like extra trigger. When the mob is like half health, you trigger it again to like clear them off, finish them off. It does actually work. She can clear off the mobs, especially when they're low now, without needing to take a whole extra turn. But I do think the whole idea with Seele, at least under circumstances where the boss is like a big boss with a lot of HP, a lot of mobs as well, you're trying to have Seele clear out the mobs one by one still most of the time, and then work on the boss. It works. I mean, it'll just take longer than usual, because look at the meta right now, right? All the strong characters, they just hit the whole team, hit the whole wave. Someone like silverwolf that just like decidedly, if it's single target, she'll hit all of her damage single target. If it's multi-target, she'll split against all of them evenly. That's the type of mechanic that's just really strong, and I do think Seele doesn't quite have that, obviously, but is she better than before? Absolutely. And I will say she's one of the characters that you can work towards getting E6. I do think E6 performance will be higher for sure, but I will still say though, I mean, it's unrealistic to assume everyone's gonna get to E6. But if it got her E1 though, is she worth building? I'll actually say you could pull her out and play with her a little bit, I suppose. She works. I mean, you can get like a 4-3 cycle clear maybe if you're good, maybe even 2 if you're really high investment Seele. With E6, you're probably getting around the 2 mark, but hey, it's a buff. She did get better than before, way better. It just goes to show how bad she was before. I have an E6 one on my own account, so I can't wait to test that out. Maybe that'll be actually really good. But for now though, I don't think she'll be top tier at the moment. I don't think she'll be too strong at the moment. She's usable though in some case if you really love her. And that'll be all for today. If you guys enjoyed this one, man, it's been forever since I saw the victory screen, but now you Seele on my team, and take care.